Hello and welcome to the C Group Podcast. Yep. Thank you, Seedlings, for joining us.
Yeah.
Now, on one of our other episodes that you can look up, we talked about how to prepare, for doing studio vocal work or instrumental work as a musician. This time we're talking about preparing for live performances. Now, as we said, we're musicians. We have, we do private parties. We do, concerts. We church, all that stuff, all the good stuff. So, but those that are not in the know, there are certain things that you prepare when you're doing a live performance. There's certain things that you do, and some that kind of are the same that you would do for our studio, and some that are just a little bit different. So Norman, what do you do to prepare for a live performance?
I faint.
What's that one? I throw up and then I'm good.
Yeah, throat's nasty, so I'm just gonna say, okay, I'm about to play at this place at this time and everything like that, and my first song is gonna be.
That's good to know. That's good. So is the ambulance a part of your rider?
I usually try to, fall out where there's nobody else around. So
that's considerate. Okay, that was not what I was expecting, but okay, Albert, what are some of the things that you do?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing that I do is to make sure that you know how to contact us. If you need any musicians, please call 708-351-0333. Then once you do that, when I get to the program that we're playing for, first thing I do is to make sure everybody looks good. Then we get our instruments, make sure that everybody's in tune, because they tend not to notice that once they start playing.
This is true.
So I make sure everybody's tuned up. We do a central C, and one of the tricks I learned from my buddy Bob Murphy was you play that first song that is a communal song where everybody can tune up again while they playing and get the feel of it, like we do what's called C Jam Blues. Simple song, it's in C, everybody can tune up while they're playing and get the dexterity in it, and then we go from there.
See?
Simple.
And one of the easiest things that anybody can do to prepare for a performance the night before, get a good night's sleep. Make sure you rest well. Well,
that helps.
Well, for a vocalist, it's very, very important to make sure you get a good night's rest. And then once you have that good night's rest, you make sure you stay hydrated throughout the day. Most singers, I talk a lot, as y'all know, be quiet. Most singers that I know will be very, very quiet or not talk at all. Sometimes I will whisper, and a lot of times I might even wear a mask to get rid of the allergens and all that kind of stuff to kind of keep me shielded. And, especially during the winter months, I will try to always wear a scarf to wrap my neck and just make sure it's together. And because you all don't have to worry about that because you all are playing instruments, I'm careful with what I eat.
I do when I'm singing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's a singer.
They don't like my singing, but I sing anyway.
I like his singing, and his CD and also
that's right.
It's also on one of our shows. You can hear his amazing vocals and his music.
Yeah. Go to Spotify or any of those destinations, you can get a copy.
That's right, and it's awesome and it's amazing. So, but yeah, that's one of the things.
I'll pay you later for this.
Thank you. But that's, but for me, and that's the same with the studio, but especially for live performance, I'm very careful about what I eat, making sure I have which you guys do with instruments and you do when you sing, make sure I have my warm-ups together. And even before live performance, all of that stuff, making sure I know what know all my music set.
Oh God.
Yeah, and to go
what key you're in.
What key all the songs are in. We've had the rehearsals, we've done all of that stuff, and especially if I'm working from a track, I definitely make sure. I know, boo. But if I don't have you guys, if I don't have you guys, that's what I do. I work with the track, and I might not even go through the whole song in the rehearsal prior to the performance. I might go through, that day of, go through partial for the sound check. and I'll go through that. But yeah, and so there's a lot of stuff, you all warm up with your instruments, and then when we sing, we warm up. And then there's vocal exercises, for the voice, I will, See, have you done that when, you rub your cheeks and, you do, and you do stuff to warm, to get your face warmed up.
I rub my cheeks to warm up.
Don't even say it.
We're going to stay away from that one, cause.
And also even doing tongue twisters. Yeah. She sells seashells by the seashore, that kind of stuff.
No.
See, I do that.
Can't do that either.
So I work on enunciation, diction, and just making sure I'm ready. Doing rolling my R's and all of that kind of stuff. So by the time I'm ready,
she's a professional. That's why.
And by the time
give me the mic.
You were so wrong. And by the time I'm ready, like I said, I'm hydrated, and it's not just grabbing some water or something like that. It really is staying hydrated throughout the day.
That's true.
And making sure that your vocal cords are ready to go. And so, because remember, your voice is an instrument. And I would dare to say a little bit more delicate than the external instruments of guitars and pianos and all that kind of stuff. So you have to be very, very careful how you treat your voice. You have to be very, very careful.
Sorry.
You have to be very, very careful, especially even during the week of the performance. Even as you're singing, be very careful during your rehearsals that you're not straining your voice. That and a lot of times during rehearsals before actual performance, I don't give the whole thing. I don't just blast it all out. I just do what I need to do to learn what I need to learn, make sure all the musicians and I are in sync together, and then the actual performance, then I just let it rip. So yeah, and just leave it all out there. So guys, do you have anything else to add?
Well, let's see. I go to my instrument.
Okay.
Play a little bit, and I play it slow. And more definite,
So slow and definite. Okay.
Not worried about trying to get a soft spot here that goes there, and a lot of that. Just make sure that sometimes even close my eyes. The fingers are trained to go here and do that, and then plus I can hear the notes and the music coming to me before it's time to do it.
Cool.
So then I don't have to sit back, because before I started doing that, it would be like, okay, this song I'm not feeling all that comfortable with it, even though I know it, but and I get there and start getting scared, and it's like I'm about to come to this point. I'm going to mess up. I know I'm going to mess up. I'm getting right there and going to mess up. What am I going to do after I mess up?
Keep playing.
Keep playing.
Yeah. Well, see, my aunt who taught me piano, she it was like there's no such thing as a mistake.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you know where it's supposed to go, and they know where. I mean, and then, well, of course, she is my teacher. She wouldn't know, but because you can do something and play a little different thing, and they say, "You messed up there." I said, "No, I didn't. That was part of the song."
There you
play
go.
It again. Play it again.
What do you guys do with mess ups, like voice cracking or guitar string?
Oh,
wrong note.
Voice crack. Oh. Whew, yeah, memories.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one. But you keep moving. You do not stop. You keep going.
Yeah, do not stop.
You do not stop. You mess up the lyrics. You do not. I actually sang for a private event, and one of the songs that I sang, I knew, I'm like you, I knew that line was coming up. I had that line, that one particular, I won't get into what the song was, but that line was coming up. I knew that line was coming up, and I thought I had it. And that line, I just added words, I smiled, and I kept going. Nobody knew a thing, unless they go back and listen to the actual original recording. But once I got through that, my brain was like, okay, you messed it up, you got through it, keep it moving. So everything else I had, and you basically, you honestly just keep it moving. Now, if you crack everybody knows you did it.
Yes.
You cannot cover it up. Everybody
late.
knows you did it, but you're a performer. You're a professional. You keep doing what you're
Finish the
doing.
show.
Yeah,
And you finish the show. Nerves can play a part. Cold can play a part. Not being hydrated enough can play a part. Sinuses, allergies. It's so much stuff that can go wrong. But you keep it moving. And lyrics, if you really know what you're doing, and you can play it off, where everybody, I messed up, you can play it off, or you just, and I've gotten good, I won't say perfect, but where I can know a song that when I actually mess up, I can actually just keep it going. I'll just throw some stuff, I'll just throw some words in there, and then I'm back on track. Now, what about you guys?
There you
Albert?
go. Same thing. No, I was thinking about something while we were talking about this. For the younger musicians starting, learn two things that'll help you in your career no matter what. If you're supposed to start at 2 o'clock, try to get there and start at least 5 or 10 minutes before 2. If you're supposed to stop at 4 o'clock, try to stop a little after 4 o'clock. Because I know some musicians, they start at 2 and they stop at 4. If you do that, the people say they was a great band. But if you start before and start a little after, they say that was a great, man, they still playing. They enjoying themselves. It's a psychological thing. You charge more.
Yeah.
Besides that, you charge more.
And see, that's true. And
Yep.
even with singing, like if you have a
Yep.
problem looking at the audience, especially with like love songs, stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah. I like that.
One of the things that you can do is you just go right above their heads and you sing, and you're singing, or you focus on something like one of the concert venues I did, just focusing on the wall. And different vantage points. This is before I really got comfortable, and a lot of people thought I was looking at them. But as you get more comfortable, you can actually. I know with me, I can look at them. If it's light enough, if the lights aren't dim enough. Now, if the lights are dim, it's really easy because you really can't see them, and you can look, and so it's really really easy. But I've done like private parties as well, where the lights are up. And so I can look at them. I do. I do. I look at them.
And see, I agree with her, but the one thing when I'm playing to a crowd, it doesn't make a difference what it is. If I'm singing a certain song, I pick somebody out of the audience.
Yep, I've done that.
And I
Yep.
literally sing to them.
Yep.
And then sometimes I might go to somebody else, but I try to stay with that person, especially when you do something like 1 in a Million.
I love that song. I love it. Love it.
My buddy, the bass player, Steve Banks, he does that one.
Uh-huh.
It is out of sight.
It's
And the first thing he does, he start walking around and he go right to him. It's usually dedicated to a husband and wife, and the husband is singing this to his wife, or vice versa.
See, I love
it
that.
works out good.
See.
It's a little trick you learn.
Now I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What?
Oh, sorry.
There was one time in particular we were doing a recital,
Uh-huh.
and I got, a little bit past the beginning of the song, and it went away.
Excuse me.
Song?
The song,
Song went away.
disappeared.
Okay.
I got to this chord and it went like bling, and then it's like, what comes next?
Uh-oh.
And but it was sort of like I was so shocked at it that I didn't panic. So I just start playing chords and a little run here, a little bit of this there.
Professionalism.
Yeah.
And just keep on doing it. I wasn't thinking professional then. It was like, probably they couldn't barely hear with my knees knocking, but I wasn't paying attention to what I was playing. It was just whatever fingers, just go ahead and do something, And I did that for probably about 10, 15 minutes. And then it finally came back. And when it came back, I maneuvered to get back into the key.
Uh-huh.
And with that, I finished the song. And some people just kind of, like, oh, I never heard it played like that before.
Amazing. That was amazing.
That was
I
amazing.
said, you'll probably never hear it played like that again.
The grand opening, grand closing.
Thank you.
But that's the
Creativity.
key. But the key is don't panic.
Right.
Don't panic. Whatever, whether you're playing, whether you're singing, don't panic. Just keep it moving. The show must go on. Keep it moving. And you'll be amazed in certain respects. some people won't even know.
They love it. Like James
They'll love
Brown. That's why he said, "Do it in D." He was in F when he started. He do it in D. It was more comfortable for him.
Yeah,
Most of the stuff he sings was in C.
yeah.
So F was kind of hard for him to actually sing, so he dropped it down to D, and it worked beautiful.
And that's another thing with singers. Like, I don't know, like even with my voice right now, I drank some hot chocolate, and I guess it's just kind of going on. But that'll show me. But I'm gonna cough on you. But what happened is, sometimes as a singer, you might even be able to do it in the original key that you're used to.
Right.
It's okay. You and the musicians, it's okay to lower the key. You give your all, give your best. It's okay. Sometimes your voice is not there to hit that note the way you want to hit it. It's okay to lower that key. It's all right. You have to be comfortable. You don't want to blow your voice out.
Right.
So you have to do that.
I had one vocalist, and I used to love her. She's gone now. Candace Walker.
Okay.
If the musician didn't know it in her key, the only thing she would say is, "What key you have it in?"
Okay.
And he would tell her, and she said, "Okay, just give me the first entry note," and she would sing.
Give me a C, a bouncy C, okay.
Yeah. and she would actually do it. It didn't make a difference what key it was.
See, and I've done that.
Yeah.
We've actually done a performance.
That's hard too.
It's difficult.
A skill to have.
And one of the things, because this wonderful person has been my accompanist for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we've done stuff. And there are times we have known each other so well when we work together. When we work together, that he might actually go back into a verse. And because we know the song so well, I will know that we rehearsed it one way. And I will go, he's going back into that verse. Or I'll do something that gives them a heads up, we're going to do something like that. Right. So it's good when you also have musicians that you work closely with and you all know each other very well when you all are making your changes or whatever you need to do. Or even if you feel you're in great voice, but your accompanist or your bandmates or whatever go, you know what, we need to lower this. Or you know what, you sound great. Let's see if we can take this up a half step more. That kind of stuff.
Like church, always playing, and then they go a half step up, half step
he's
up,
notorious. Wait a minute, he's notorious for doing that.
Oh, I know
he's
that.
notorious for keep going half steps.
Yeah,
and I remember that in one song, and he kept going up. And I looked at you, and I'm like, really?
That's fun though.
Well, we did it though. We did it.
I knew you could do it, so I wanted the rest of them to know.
Yeah, I think he wanted to see how far before I totally said no. But and there are a lot of things that you can do to prepare. And for voices, there's a great website called voices.com that can give you a lot of insight about singing things that you need to know as a singer.
Yeah, I do.
That can
Sorry.
But there are numerous things, and then there are things that are just tailor-made to you as an instrumentalist, as a vocalist, that work for you. Because some of this stuff is not, we're not cookie cutter. So there's some stuff that you'll say, okay, this works perfect for me, and then something say, I eat whatever I want, it doesn't matter. But I will say though, even you probably can, you still might want to stay away from dairy though. That's a big one, because that will coat your vocal cords more than you could ever imagine. But we hope that this was helpful to those that are aspiring to live performance, those that are doing live performance. Maybe there's something that you didn't know, something you didn't know, and just in general, good information to know. So, yes, I love when you do that. Okay, well.
And if you ever need any of our musical services, call 708-351-0333. Do it now. You'll feel better.
I love it.
Do this when you're done.
Yeah, do
Thank
this when
you.
you're done.
Yeah,
And thank you to our wonderful, amazing producer, Marcus. Without him, we will be a ship without a sail.
Yeah.
Yay! So that's all from us from the Seed Group Podcast. Thank you, Seedlings, for joining us. And as always, plant a seed and watch it grow. Bye-bye.
Bye.